My name is Dianah Kamande. I am a survivor of domestic violence. I got widowed when I was very young, but I purposed to move on. I decided to found Come Together Widows and Orphans organization. I am so happy to be working in this field and to champion for the rights of women and tell them you don't have to stay where you fell down. You can rise up again and you can become a star in your own way. I went to sleep only to be woken up by something very warm on my face, and I was feeling a lot of pain.
The violence comes in different forms such as wife battery and assault, female genital mutilation, widow inheritance, widow abuse.
My husband had made a decision to kill everybody in the family. I was so shocked to see him with a Maasai sword. It had blood already. Dianah Kamande is a girl who was born in Thika, raised in a small village in Murang'a County known as Kaharo, and I went to school, part of it in Nairobi, and then went back to my secondary school in Kaharo Secondary School. Later on, I decided to make a decision when I was in college and decided to move on and got married. I got married, and after getting married, I thought I lived in a very good way. I thought my marriage was very successful, only to realize later that I was living with a narcissistic man who proved that he was loving me, but I came to realize he was overprotective. It was not love. 2013, he decided to take all our lives. He wanted to kill me, kill our two daughters, but when his attempts failed, he killed himself just because I loved. I believe no woman should ever be hurt because she loved. Neither no man should ever be hurt because he loved. Love is a beautiful story that everybody should enjoy. Marriage is a beautiful institution that should never end up in tears. And because of this, I decided to step up and started an organization that will never ever keep quiet about rights, human rights. I talk and say widows' rights are also human rights. Gender-based violence rights are also human rights. And the orphans and vulnerable children have got their own rights. Meaning all of us, in our own ways, in our own capacities, we got rights. Let's respect rights, let's respect humanity, and let's serve humanity with dignity. And again, my name is Dianah Kamande. I'm the founder of Come Together Widows and Orphans organization, a survivor of domestic violence, and as I have always told you, it is so important to always step up. My life is a gift from God so that I can serve humanity. Thank you.
Dianah, I want to say welcome to Free Talk with Mr. B. Hello, and welcome back. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Sorry, power went off, Wi-Fi got disconnected. I was creating a hotspot.
Okay. And those are real life issues when the internet goes out. And so I tell everyone I like the natural things that happen because they prove that we are living in a normal world with natural things. So definitely welcome back, and welcome back to Free Talk.
Thank you.
What I was doing was recording as a podcast, and I can fix that. And I was wondering, was my Zoom call recording? And so I too am new at all of this, or some of this, and try to get it recording. So thank you so much. When you were on earlier, we were talking about a single parent, and we talked about a single parent comes from a lot of different perspective, a lot of different causes that cause someone to be a single parent. And then we talked about what do we call it? I call it the child of a single parent is not a failure. We talked about a child of a single parent has the opportunity to be as successful as everyone else in the world. And I raise my hand because I keep proclaiming that I am a child of a single parent, a product of a single parent, and I refuse to fail.
You are successful, and that's it.
Yes. And from there, you were going to tell me about what you have seen with your children and them breaking the cycle, and other people's children that you have met is breaking the cycle that maybe their forefathers may have had, or maybe some failures, but as a child of a single parent, that they were still being successful.
Yeah. I'll tell you I'll start with my own children because these are the children that I am so close to. I've seen these girls tell me who they want to become, the universities they want to go to. And this is something that even me growing up, I didn't have a wide variety of universities to choose from. It was not during this time of internet. So my daughter can take a tablet and tell me, Mama, this is Harvard. It is in US. She has Googled. And you find those kids that have got their a privilege of having their fathers, they would still wait. They want to hear what is the father saying. But me, I challenge my girls and I tell them, you just have to work hard, and then I have to work hard, ensure you get tuition fees, ensure you get everything you need, and then tell me what you want to do. We sit down on a decision making table, and they're the ones who tell me what they want. My firstborn daughter wants to be a journalist, but she doesn't want to go for university in Kenya. She keeps on telling me, I grew up in Kenya. I was born and raised in Kenya. I will not go to university here. I'll not start working here. She has her own set of rules and things she wants to achieve. And this is a daughter, when I step out to go and work, she remains alone. The only thing that I'm used to, I always tell God, I'm out there to serve your people, take care of my children. My younger daughter will also tell me, she is still young. I think she's in what you would call grade 6 back there.
Right.
And she is this kind of girl. She has her own TikTok account. I didn't know even TikTok pays people. She's the one who told me. She's in TikTok. She has a huge following. She is a very good dancer. She is a Sunday school teacher. And she is the one who makes sure we are in church on time. She keeps telling me, Mama, my kids are waiting for me. So this is my child telling me her children are waiting for her. And one thing I've realized with her, she is a leader.
Right. She's taking the lead.
Yes, I know she is a leader. And I can tell because even when we go to church, when they have an activity for children, this whole group of children follows her, even the ones who are taller than her, those ones who have got a bigger posture than her, they're always behind her. She is left to lead. And the other children will always wait to hear. She's called Precious. So they always wait to hear what Precious has to say. And I keep on nurturing that leadership in her. At school, their performance is so exemplary. My firstborn daughter, last year, she had led in a whole county. And this was in sciences, physics and chemistry. And I was like arguing with her, you want to become a journalist with all these sciences? And she tells me, Mom, that's what is in me. I don't want to become a doctor because I know that's where you're headed to. She will put a stop. She will put a stop on what, and they can be able to read my mind. I want to go to the kids that I mother by extension. The child, our firstborn child, who is taking gender and development at Kenyatta University, the 3rd-year student. I rescued this young girl. The mother became widowed, and then the mother got married to another man who did not want this child that is not his.
Okay.
So she was neglected. But this girl, despite all odds, she led in her high school. When she graduated high school, she was the best student. And she came back and told me, she calls me auntie, and she told me, Auntie, now that I am done with high school, I don't want to get married. I've seen those young girls we were together in school. They have ended up being married. And this is a girl who was brought up by a single mother who decided to move on and get married again. But she is not looking at marriage as an achievement before she clears school. And she has kept on telling me she has really taken good care of herself.
Yes.
And this is a girl who is so responsible. And because she is now a big girl, to an extent, when she got a boyfriend, she brought him to me and asked me, Auntie, how can you rate this young man who keeps telling me that I'm beautiful? And this is the responsibility I want people to see in single parents' children.
Right, right.
People should stop accusing them just from the facial expression, and you say, oh, her kids are not going to be successful. It is never written on the facial expression. It's more than that.
And that's why I'm
Yeah.
on talking with you and almost like making it quite clear. Mr. B is relatively successful, but he's a product of a single mom, and so I refuse to let my status as a child of a single mom be a
Yes.
hindrance. And so I'm hearing that from your child too. And like you said, you have 45 children that you took on, and you will be taking on more as you please, and they may be from single moms or from some other circumstance, but it does not mean that those circumstance has to follow them, just like it didn't follow me.
That is exactly what we are saying. We are not limited by our past.
Right?
We are not limited by where we were brought up. It doesn't matter what kind of a family you were brought up. Single family, was it a nuclear family with the father, mother? Was it an extended family? Our future is not defined by where we grew up and who took care of us. One thing that, because I am a Christian, I believe in future being defined by God. Our destiny is in the hands of God.
Yes. Amen to that.
Amen.
And we have enough. Like we spoke earlier, there is many ways that a woman becomes a single mom. One by the husband deciding to leave, one by removing themselves from a domestic abuse conditions, another by the passing away of the husband, becoming a widow. And so there's a lot of circumstances, but the children are all seeing themselves in this situation, and they have ability to have a different outcome. And I think that's valid. I think it's discussion worthy, and we must applaud them and encourage them to not only to be like a Mr. B, but to be a product of a proud product of a single mom.
Yeah, they should be very proud. I'll tell you what I've seen. My firstborn daughter is called Praise, and I believed so much in power in a name when I was naming my children. She's in high school currently, and one thing I learned when she joined high school, I didn't know she could do something that she was proud of what I am doing. So she became like a psychosocial support of children who come from abusive families that have got cycles of domestic violence. Right. So within no time, I'm invited to school, and I'm so worried. What has my daughter done? And you know that feeling, I'm a single parent, what could have she done? And every eyes will be on me, only to be applauded that your daughter started a peace club in school. I'm like, peace club? Yes. She started a peace club, and she wants you to be the first speaker. And that is the rule she gave. Because I am a product of my mother, I see what she
Right? So she said in school that she wanted you on to be first because she said she is a product of her mother.
Yes, she said. Actually, that's what she has written even on her books. I look at the book covers, and she has written, "I am my mother's daughter."
Yes.
She has a hashtag, "I am my mother's daughter," and I'm like, even her sister, just within me, even your sister is your mother's daughter, but I don't tell her. But I can see the pride in her. So this peace club that she started, she has been able to talk to 1,500 girls within her 3 years.
Wow.
That because she's right now doing her third year in high school. She has been able to talk to 1,500 girls. And that to me means she is transforming a generation. And she asked me, they have Peace Club every July. I know the dates. I don't travel because I'll be in a battle with her. If I happen to travel, she keeps on telling me, Mom, you're booked. You're booked for the peace conference. And she's able to bring schools together, other high schools together. And it's a huge, huge celebration. Last year we did it virtual because of COVID. But this year, she told me when she was going back to school, she told me, Mama, we are doing, this time COVID is not going to hinder us from doing our annual Peace Club meeting. You bring us the speaker. I'm given a list of people to invite. So she goes to school and I have this responsibility. We need, if she knows you, she'll tell me, I need Mr. B. You just get to know how Mr. B gets to our school to attend our annual peace conference. If she knows, there was a time she told me, I have to bring Love Charmaine to Kenya. She told me, because we have been talking with Auntie Love, I just want to see her and she just needs to come and talk to the girls. And she is so passionate about what she does. So I was telling her, now that you're leaving high school very soon, what will happen? And she told me, I'm the vision carrier, so it cannot die. I'll still be going back now as an alumni and hosting Peace Club
Yes.
where I schooled. And this is something that has made me so proud. I'm so proud of her. I keep telling her I'm so, so proud of her. I'm so proud of the girls when even the girls who have been ahead of her, they will even inbox me. You know, you came to school, Praise hosted you. They keep calling her the host. They tell me, Praise hosted you and you spoke to us, you brought visitors, and our lives have transformed. So the children of single mothers, they can bring transformation, and not only to one generation, to so many generations.
Yes, and the opportunity I have as Mr. B and being a product also of a single mom, a child of a single mom, I too want to join that chorus. So I really am very, very honored. And I'm so honored to have you on talking about this and talking about the how someone becomes a single mom. That is not always the fault of their own, like is portrayed. And the children of single mom can still be successful and be, instead of a menace to society, they can be a producing member of society. And as me, myself, I try and portray that same line of thought. I really appreciate that. Do you recall when you said you did go to the school last year and the year before?
Yeah, pardon?
You went to the school last year or the year before?
No, I go there since 2018 when
see.
She joined her first year in high school. But last year, COVID,
Was
COVID
virtual,
affected
right?
everything. So we did virtual, which
Right.
attracted very few people. But like this year, we are doing it actually. I know she's going to host it next month if they're not going to if it's not going to be hindered. Sometimes government comes up with protocols and rules about COVID, but I know they are already planning. It's going to happen. It happens second week of July, so I know it's going to happen.
Okay, and so I'll start preparing for 2022.
You should. Yes, you should. Yeah,
Definitely.
and also you should prepare for next year. We have a forum. We have this huge forum coming up in 2 weeks of the International Widows Day, where we celebrate all mothers who have lost their spouses, but they're very great women who have brought up their children. We celebrate it on every 23rd of June. So I'm planning to have a bigger one next year. This time we are doing it in a small way because of the limited numbers of people who can attend the meetings. But next year, you should come and see what we do, the International Widows Day, and see different projects that these strong, I keep on calling them strong mothers. They do quite a number of projects. They are people that can even make their products and send them to the US. I have groups that are doing African attire. They're doing the African clothes and they're sending them to the US, and Africans who live in the US, they're buying from them, and it's so
And
huge.
it's wonderful. Everyone must have something that they'll do to bring satisfaction.
Very
So,
true.
as a form of giving back, I wanted you to tell our audiences a message like what you would have told your daughter's school at the end of this speech. What would you tell
Mhm.
them to take away with them as a giving back message?
Um, I keep on telling them every time I have a way of parting short with them and also with people. I am one of the people that believe in God and I pray so much, and I keep on telling them every morning when you wake up, pray for the favor of God. One thing I've realized is favor is unfair if it comes from God. It goes and picks somebody that you thought they don't qualify. It picks them and brings them on a table where you never thought they would sit. Favor has no merit. It will not look at your papers or everything, as much as we need education to do quite a number of things. But when it is time for God to favor us, He requires no merit. And one thing I keep on telling my children at large, the over 40 children, I tell them to have education. I've realized if there is the best thing that my own father gave me, when other people did not believe in educating a girl child, he believed in that. He gave me education. It has opened my ears. It has opened my eyes. It has opened doors for me. So I would tell them I believe in education. And this is the reason I am transforming my community through the young children by giving them education. It is one of the precious stones. I call it precious stone because nobody can steal education from you.
Right.
People they will break into your house. They will steal your car. They will steal everything you own. They will steal your car title and everything, land titles. But education will stick with you forever. I will tell them the only way to transform an upcoming generation, just give them an education. You have given them their freedom of choice, freedom of everything they want to do. And next time you'll find them on tables. You find them, they welcome you, and you're like, okay, these are people that pass through my hands. You will be proud of them. And because God knows us and knows our future, I don't know where our paths will ever cross with our audience. So mine is just a prayer. Even if you cannot support what Dianah is doing, support what Mr. B does, support what somebody else closer to you does. And that way it's a collective responsibility. We will have changed our generation. Thank
Yes, yes. I want to thank you so very much for giving me the time. And we have many subjects to talk about and many different things to do as
you.
far as forms of giving back. So I invite you back on again in the future, and I hope you would accept.
Thank you. Uh, I think even if you invite me tomorrow, we have organized, I'll still come back again and again. And I also want to thank you for extending a hand to our ladies. This is something that really touched their hearts. And I know it also touched the heart of God. I know to you it could have sounded you did something so small, but I just wanted to let you know that there is a family that did not go to bed hungry because you went back to your pocket and you fulfilled what Jesus said. I was hungry and you fed me.
Even the smallest ones of us, we did
Yes,
something. So definitely
very
thank
true.
you. And definitely thank you for being on Free Talk. And we look forward to talking to you again soon. It's so nice to
Again and
have you
again.
on. Yes,
Nice.
amen.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. Thank
My
you and good
pleasure.
night.
Good night.
Right.
Good night.
Okay, bye.